Okay, let me put every. Okay, can everybody hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so without further ado, thank you for bearing with us and me through all of those technological glitches. I have Junie Hilton here with me, and she is responsible for so much of the beautiful artwork you're going to see today and the layout and the graphics. And it's a very exciting program that we are going to be able to offer to parks, and they can incorporate it into a Junior Ranger program they're already using. They can use it as a standalone project or just have it used for a camp or something else to just make the great stuff you all are already doing that much better. So this is the introductory webinar. This is supposed to get everybody who is interested in participating kind of on the same page and know what's coming, when it's coming, and then we'll also hopefully spark some questions from everyone on the call so that we can get those worked out before we roll it out. So the first thing I want to do is I kind of want to get a feel for who's here and who is not. So you'll see a list of approximately 54 parks and orange dots ringed in black. That is the parks that have responded as interested in participating. So I'm going to do a kind of real quick roll call. That way we can see who's here who said they want to participate, who's not here who said they want to participate, and who is here who said they did not want to participate. That way, if there's a communication gap, we can try to fill that in as early as possible. So is somebody from Ala David Broussard Catfish Creek here? Okay, here. Anastasia?
This is Brittany and Anastasia.
Excellent. Avalon? Very good, thank you. Bulow Plantation?
Yes, Joe Isaacs from Tomoka, which is also Bulow Plantation, same umbrella.
Exactly, great. Camp Helen? Kay Acosta? Cedar Key?
Here, Edric.
Okay. Charlotte Harbor?
Here, Marjorie Garcino.
Thank you. Colt Creek? Crystal River?
This is Catherine Wonderlake.
Excellent, thank you. De Leon?
Here, Janice Westerman.
Excellent. Delnor Wiggins? St. George? Dudley Farm? Eden Gardens? Homosassa? Forest Capital? Fort Clinch? Fort Pierce? Gasparilla? Fleet State Trail, Van Fleet State Trail? Honeymoon Island?
Yes, they're available.
Excellent. Hontoon?
Christine Garrett, Hontoon Island.
Hugh Taylor Birch? Mac Beach?
Lou Dodson here.
Thank you. John Gorey Museum? Penny Camp? Lloyd Beach? Jonathan Dickinson?
Hi, this is Libby. I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Kissimmee Prairie? Lake Griffin?
Daniel.
Lake Kissimmee?
Andy Henry here.
Thank you. Lake Manatee? Little Manatee? Long Key?
Rick and Brian are here.
Thank you. Lover's Key?
This is Katie.
Myakka?
Lois from Mayaka.
North Peninsula? Ocklackney?
This is Stephen Carter at O'Clock.
Thank you, Stephen. Olino? Olita River.
Jennifer Roberts here.
Thank you. Orman House. Oscar Shearer. Rainbow Springs. Ravine Gardens.
Lauren here.
Thank you. Savannah's Preserve. Sebastian Inlet. St. Andrews.
Forest Lanati here.
Awesome. We already got Tomoka covered. Topsail. Toria. Or Toria. Thank you. Wakaiwa. And Warner Boyce. Okay, is there anyone from any parks that I did not call?
Yeah, Rob, this is Carmelo Usler from John Lloyd. I think I had my phone muted when I answered.
All right, we got you covered. Anyone else?
Henderson Beach, we have myself, Myra Carter, Linda Smith, and Brian Poole.
Wow, very good. I'm sorry, what park?
Henderson Beach State Park.
Henderson. Excellent. We will add you to the list. Okay, and there was one more?
Rob, this is Peter Shanks from Stephen Foster. We're not on there, but we were supposed to be.
Okay, we will add you to the list. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Okay, and I heard one more?
From Gamble, Jennifer Giblin from Gamble Roger, and then North Peninsula.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Jennifer.
Silver Spring State Park.
Okay, Wakulla. All right. Any other parks?
Rick Wilson, Silver Spring State Park.
Silver, okay. All right, so I will also have, we saw John Lloyd, Henderson Beach, Stephen Foster, Gamble Plantation, Wakulla Springs, and Silver Springs added to the list. Thank you so much. All right, and so now that that part's done, we will go on and talk about what exactly the Junior Ranger program is. So how this webinar is set up is it's going to lead you through what the Junior Ranger will experience, and that is in this font right here, which is kind of funny looking. And then in the normal font, it'll lead through what will be expected of the park. So how to become a Junior Ranger. They'll be able to visit a child and his family, or her family will be able to visit any participating Florida State Park and ask for a Junior Ranger kit. The kit will include a folder, which is made from 100% post-consumer content and will be 100% recyclable. 6 core activities printed in full color, 1 golf pencil, a membership card, a membership certificate, and the passport. So I'm going to try to minimize this for a second. There we go, and bring the camera over. Where did my camera go? Okay. There we go. Okay. Can everybody see me?
I'm just on the PDF file.
Okay, so if you're just on the PDF, you won't be able to see this, but it doesn't record this anyways for some reason, the way the technology works. So here is a proof of the folder. It'll open it up, and inside you have the certificate, you have the core activities, you also have the passport, which we will talk about a little bit later, and the card with the pledge on it. So all that will come along with a golf pencil, so that if they come and they don't have a writing implement, they're going to be able to get started that day. So the next thing is that the kits will be sent to participating parks in late May or early June, depending on when they get published. And parks will be able to hand out kits upon request. First, the child gets the folder and the core and the pencil. Then when they finish that, they will get their card, say the pledge, and they'll also get a certificate and passport. The neat thing about the card is it's their first prize for participating in the program. Just as we punch the date into our annual pass cards, we'll use that same hole punch to punch the card when they return for their first visit. And parks can also use the kits to supplement current and future programming. So if you want to build a summer camp around this, if you want to build a Junior Ranger Day, meetup day around it, or if you already have a Junior Ranger program and you just want to include this as part of it, you'll have the flexibility to do that.
Junior Ranger program.
How to become a... I'm sorry?
How many kits will we receive in May or June? How many will be in that first box?
That was indicated on the, a survey was sent to park managers, and they identified points of contact, and they also identified how many kits they would need.
Okay.
So, but I'm sure that we can, we're limited by the funding we have, but we have, we'll be able to print enough kits for everyone to participate. So that shouldn't be a problem. The kits will be limited by how many you want, not by how many we have. How to become a Junior Ranger. So after they finish their core activities, they will recite the Junior Ranger Pledge to receive your certificate, member ID card, and the official Junior Ranger passport. So the membership card has the Junior Ranger Pledge on the back of it, so that makes it very easy, and can be punched for the free entry into the child's next visit. And the certificate recognizes the children's accomplishments. So the great thing about the participant card is that is the bottom of the certificate. And when they fill that out, the parents will fill that out, and it will allow us to track them and contact them for future information on the program. So that it just isn't a one-off and then they're done, kind of like the previous programs have been, where they do the activities the day they're there, they get their incentive, and then we might not be able to follow up with them. The hope of this program is that they're a Junior Ranger throughout their childhood, and that they carry those values into their adulthood and become lifelong supporters of parks. The passport allows a Junior Ranger to track activities as they are completed. So I'm going to take a little break here and pull up some of the activities from the core, just so people can get a glimpse at those. The activities are going to cover a lot of messages: who we are as the Park Service, what we do as the Park Service, what the Junior Ranger program is, what a ranger is, and what this really means to them beyond. So here, one second. So we will go back to the core after my computer stops freezing. There we go. Okay, so this is the first step. So this is what we built the slide off of. So this is, here's how to become a Junior Ranger. This is what the kids will receive in their kit. The next step is, who we are. So who is the Park Service made up of? Where are places that are identified as Florida State Parks? Then there's activities like color in the logo, so they begin to learn that. There's mixed up words, anagrams, so that they can learn further about that. And then there's also where we are in the state and in the country. So what makes us unique about our size, about our placement, about how far you travel between parks and about finding yourself on that map. There's also the what we do. So right here, you know, it breaks down the mission statement because we have our mission statement, but as a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old, what does that mean to me? And how does that affect me as a junior ranger? And then there's activities like we have these recreations, what do these icons mean, and where are the appropriate places to do this? So that the children also begin to learn our rules and our message, but they're doing it in a fun way. We also have the what is a park ranger, and that is all the amazing work you all do. It's very funny because we always say park rangers wear many hats, and I don't think people begin to realize that you go from maintenance to custodial to environmental protection to cultural resource preservation. And so hopefully here we can get a little bit of that on them through the tools that are used by various park rangers. And so that kind of gives you a flavor of what will be happening with the Junior Ranger program and how the Corps will work. So they will have to know a good bit of information and have done quite a few activities for the Corps to be accomplished, and before they'll really understand the statement on the back of the card, which, you know, talks to them about how they will behave and what they will do. And the idea is that they will learn about natural resources, cultural resources, nature-based, resource-based recreation, and also about service. And the great thing about the service is they are to go ahead and encourage other people to join the program. So then the next step is they've done the core. How does this continue? So the goal will be to have them complete more activities to receive stamps in their passport. And you'll see we're using a lot of resources which already exist. If you notice, the stamp looks just like the passport stamp we use for the adult passport activity. So when they complete 2 activities from each category, they will earn a code to redeem for a Junior Ranger badge. When they finish 3 activities from each category, they'll earn another code. We're going to make 20 activities, 5 for each category, and those will be printed and made available to parks with your Junior Ranger kit. And some examples for natural resources include marvelous mammals and friendly fire, cultural resources, legends and lore, and then also art and archaeology, recreation at the campsite and on the trail, and then for service, it'll cover things like volunteerism and sharing the message of the Florida State Park Service. The nice thing about the Park Service, the activities, is you'll be able to customize them to your park. So in the original printing, they will come out color, but when you need more, or if you want to select new ones, you can print them out on your computer, and we're making sure that when they print grayscale, they look nice and are just as interactive and exciting as the full color versions. So this one is Parks Past, and then here we have the full color version of Parks Past. And so you can see, even in black and white, they still look very professional, they still look clean. So whatever the printing capabilities of your park are, you will be able to create good things to give out in the future. So you'll be able to turn in your completed passport to receive your official Junior Ranger badge, patch, or pin. So when they get their code, they'll be able to go to the statewide online merchandise concession and redeem their code, just like now when you don't get box prizes in cereal anymore. You get a code to redeem. And so that way it just ensures that we're able to see where things are happening, and also so you don't have to worry about the initial inventory at the park. And so hopefully this will just make it easier, but this will be, if it doesn't work, if it works better to have it at the park, we can look at that for the future. So the next step is so they've become a junior ranger. They have finished the core. They have completed all their activities, and they have received the badge and a patch. And we want to keep making more activities, so we'll talk about that a little bit later. But we're also going to have some merchandise to tie in. This merchandise will be available through the statewide online merchandise concession. But if you have a concession at your park, a CSO or a park run gift shop, and you want to sell the merchandise, we have the graphics, the companies that produce them, all the specs, and we can send that out to you so that you can order them. We do ask that if you want to make any additional merchandise using the Junior Ranger logo, fonts, or associated graphics, that you receive approval from the Bureau of Operational Services. That way the look and the feel of the program can be consistent, and if somebody starts their program up at Perdido Key, they can finish their program down at Fort Zach and have the same experience, Fort Zachary Taylor. And so no matter where they are in the Park Service, they can apply the Junior Ranger program to that. So the next steps will be marketing, of course, because we want people to know that this program is coming. And so that will begin in May of 2014 and will include posters, rack cards, online advertisement, and social media tie-ins, so that the buzz can really get going and we can communicate to the parents of the children through social media, because that's the easiest way for them to get this information. Additional activities will be available to participating parks for printing in color or black and white. This will allow parks to customize their programs. So we will have the 20 original activities, which will be sent to you in your desired numbers, and then we will be able to you'll be able to print more if you need them. Parks are encouraged to suggest topics for future activities. So if you have a really great activity already in a Ranger program that you use, we would love to see it become part of the statewide program. So Parks will provide the information from the participant card to the Bureau of Operational Services. So that will allow us to track and see how the program is doing and really make it mature in a way that supports the program and helps out, you know, making the program more available. If a park is not listed in this presentation and is interested in participating, go ahead and please contact me. Now, if you were one of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parks that chimed in early on, we've got you covered. But if you have since joined the presentation or did not say your name at that time, just go ahead and send it to me, and we'll make sure that you get everything that you would like to get. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can also contact me at robert.barrett@dep.state.fl.us. I will make this PDF available to everyone who attended, so the links will also be in there. And does anybody have any specific questions? For anything about how this will work at the park level, any points of clarification that I did not cover? Heather, is there anything you would like to add?
The other elements I did want to add is that the parks also will be receiving posters and some other additional materials to help promote, support the announcement of the statewide program, as well as the fact that we will be emphasizing certain activities throughout the year at different times of the year to coincide with different initiatives or statewide functions or activities. This is another way to sort of, again, make sure that we're targeting. If this is Trails Month, we may be highlighting a Trails activity with the Junior Ranger program so that we can continually have the program offer new things for folks that will allow them the reason to come back and enjoy the parks and interact with the different activity throughout the year. Those were just a couple of things that I wanted to add, and again, we'll have plenty of materials and supplies. We'll also be making sure that with our redesign on the website for Florida State Parks, there will be an area where all of the materials will be, at least the printable materials will be available for the public or the park to print off. So encouraging folks to do that at home ahead of time before they visit. It's another opportunity or an option. And again, just trying to make sure that we have all of the announcements and things and information about the program in as many ways and places as we can to help promote it and get the word out. But as Rob said, part of the focus of the service component does include elements of sharing information about the program with their friends or writing a story about something and using different technology even as a way to help let that word of mouth spread from our junior rangers.
All right, thank you, Heather. The activities will be available online. So another great thing about this program is somebody at home can print out an activity to do at the park. They can come into the park, do the activity, and you may not have to do anything to encourage that. They may just find it online and want to do it. And so there's going to be a lot of different ways that this program will support visitation and support an active audience in the park, and really hopefully through the online and social media components and the technology components, get the message out there about how great Florida State Parks are, about this great program, about the great service that people get from the staff when they're there, and about the experience they can share. So we are kind of done with the initial presentation. I want to thank everyone for coming and for bearing with me through that technological thing. We will have it worked out for the next one. For those of you who got the invite for the next one already, it will be on Florida Park Fit and looking at new ways to get people in parks in the evenings during the weekdays. And one of those ways is to have somebody come teach a yoga class in your park. Or there's also, we're reaching out to health insurance companies to ask them to rebate their members for park passes, just as they rebate their members for gym memberships. Because for a lot of people, we all know they come to parks, they walk, and that's how they get their exercise. They also run or bike, and we are their outdoor gym. So we'll have more information on that and about how it can work for your park, and also about perhaps having health fairs and such, all to kind of get the message that Florida State Parks are a source of healthy living for people.
And what is the date of that, please?
That will be the third Tuesday of April at 10:10. And so I believe that is, let me look at my calendar here, will be the 15th of April.
15th, okay.
Yes.
This is Lou at McCarthy Beach State Park. I did have one question.
Okay.
With the collection of information from the child or parents who are completing their first certificate, is that going to be the responsibility of the park for data entry, or you're going to rely on that individual to go online and give their information?
At the onset, it'll be the responsibility of the park to keep track of that. That's another way that we're dealing with the pre-numbered component of the member ID card. Being that those are something that we're giving out to provide free entry, we do want to be able to keep track of how many of those we are giving out through the program.
Okay.
So we don't have an online system for participants to be able to do their own entry of that
And is there some type of official form that we're going to be using, to report that? Or
The
we're just
second
going to...
half of the way that the sheet is set up is the top half is certificate, and the bottom half has the questions that are called a participant information card, and that's where all the answers to those same questions would be. And yes, there will be a consistent entry of that. It's likely to just be an Excel document,
Right.
but that will just have that same information.
Okay, and that will come with the initial kits in May or June?
Yes. What will happen is those are a part of the kits, but then the backside of entering the information would be electronic.
Right. Okay, and the information on how to enter it electronically will come with the kit?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it'll come with the information about how to manage the program.
Okay, great.
All right. Well, I want to, again, thank everybody for coming and for your great questions. And I'm very excited. I think I didn't have much to do with the creation, so I can brag on the artwork on it. I think it's very interactive, and it's going to be very exciting.
Rob, this is Melissa and Andrew.
Yes.
The artwork, do you request that from you, or?
Yeah. You can request it from me for the merchandise, and then how we will do with the creation of new activities is you'll give us the information for the activity you'd like to see, and then we'll create the activity with the same look and feel.
Okay. We're actually going to be having some Junior Ranger Days. Our friends got a grant through the National Public Lands Day, so we're going to have 3 events going on in the fall here.
Oh, very nice. And yeah, so you can, I know a lot of parks already have something, so you can continue to use what you already have, or use the service component of this one and tie into that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thanks to everybody for attending. Have a great day, and we'll get all the glitches worked out for the next one.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.